Hello everybody, and welcome to the introductory video for the Coastal Energy project that we're running this year. My name's Claire Harvey. I'm Chief Executive at the Ogden Trust, who are supporting the projects. The Ogden Trust is a family foundation that supports the teaching and learning of physics across England. And we've been supporting the Coastal Energy Internship programs since they started off in Lowestoft in 2016. Since then, we've been delighted to see a huge growth in the internships, with interns offered across Lowestoft, Greater Yarmouth, Norwich, Barrow, Ulverston and Grimsby. We were hoping to have more of you on internships this year, but unfortunately the situation with coronavirus means that hasn't been possible. But we've been delighted to work together with some of the local businesses to put together a project that you can do remotely at home instead. John Best has been leading the energy programme for us since its inception in 2016, and he'll introduce you a little further to the project.
Hi, thank you Claire for that great introduction. My name's John Best and I've been leading the development of the Coastal Energy Internship scheme since 2016. I'm very pleased to say it's been a great success. Well, I would say that, wouldn't I? But actually, the great success noise has come from the interns themselves. The internship actually gave them real practical experience of working with companies for 20 days. And it's been something that's worked to help them enjoy and develop their STEM skills, science, technology, engineering and maths. But as much, it's also helped them to develop their soft skills of how to work in a business, how to present themselves and how to communicate, because communication and working with others is really important. Some of the lessons that we've taken out of the internship program is by treating young people like young adults who are responsible and part of the organization. They get a great opportunity to step up to the mark and excel in many ways. So we started in 2016 with just 4 students. We went to 2017 with 25, 36 in 2018, and we had a stunning 63 last year in 2019. We were hopeful of increasing on that number when along came COVID-19. So we're really determined not to lose the momentum of giving young people the opportunity to engage with a really exciting industry in the energy and engineering sector. And it's a very, very important time for this sector as well, because we're in energy transition. We're moving on to some degree from traditional oil and gas and coal. You can see that coal is now becoming a lost part of the generation mix. That will be replaced by things like offshore wind. And so we've designed this project to focus on offshore wind, and we've designed it to be a research project. And you'll hear more about that from Helen, who's going to talk about the key characteristics that have to be within your project. So the overall element of the project is broken into 3 sections. You can choose to do one of each of the 3 sections, or you could do a project which captures parts of all 3. We'll consider how you plan for an offshore wind farm. We'll consider some of the elements of actually building the offshore wind farm. And both planning for and building an offshore wind farm, the clue's in the name, it's offshore. It all happens subsea until the foundations come out of the water, the turbine goes on top, and then it starts to generate electricity. And so I'm delighted to say that we've also got a project which is going to be part of this called Under the Horizon, and that will be led out to think about some of the problems and solutions that can be developed subsea. So there's going to be much more information in the project paper, which will be circulated. We have a project now that is open to all people, but we've got a particular structure that we set up over the last few years using college in the coastal areas and college champions in each of those colleges. So if you're from a college that's part of that network, you're main way of getting into this would be by introducing yourself to the college champion, and they'll look after helping you with the voucher for the Crest Gold Award. And they'll also be able to take some of your questions and answers. If you're at a college which isn't involved, then please consider this as an opportunity to do the project. I'm sure you'll find it interesting. The key thing about it is if you complete it, it'll give you something very practical and sensible to put on your CV. These are going to be difficult times for all people, but being able to demonstrate that you've done something practical and technical as well, using STEM skills, I think will be really helpful for you going forward. So that's all from me, really. I do hope that you participate, enjoy, and find out more about the offshore wind industry, which is going to be a really important part of our generation for the next generation. And now over to Helen, who'll give you a little bit more background on what's required in a Gold Crest project.
I'd like to thank Claire and John for inviting me to talk to you about Crest Awards. My name's Helen Bailey and I work for an educational charity called Setpoint Hertfordshire, and we work promoting STEM to young people across the east of England. So I'd like to share my screen with you today. I've got a PowerPoint presentation here for you. So if you can bear with me, and hopefully you'll be viewing my screen now. Firstly, a little bit about Crest. Crest Awards are run by the British Science Association and are an excellent way to enhance your UCAS application, as John mentioned earlier, your CV, and we encourage you to take advantage of advantage of this in your project. The Gold Award allows you to conduct real research. There are longer term projects that require around 70 hours work and are typically completed by 16 to 19-year-olds. By working towards a Crest Gold Award, you will develop and deliver largely self-directed projects. The project work that you'll be undertaking this summer can easily be linked to a Gold Crest Award, and the structure of the Gold Crest give a great basis for writing your project report. There are two things needed in order to submit your work for a Crest Award after you've finished your Ogden project, and that's the project itself, the project report itself, and the student profile form. So this is what the student profile form looks like. It gives you an opportunity to show where your project report has met the criteria for the award and reflect on what you've learned as you've gone along. You can include information on any difficulties you found working remotely, for example, and how to overcome them, like having regular meetings with your supervisor or mentor, or learning how to plan your time better. There's also a selection for personal reflection on how the project went and how you might do things differently in future. You can be honest about what you found challenging, and that's the part of the learning process that shows the assessor that you have extended your skills. When submitting your work, you should include a report for the whole project, as well as the Crest Gold profile form. You can download this from this link here. Before you start your project, you must remember to download. You need to complete the step, upload your work to submit your files for assessment. Please do not include any personal details other than your name. If you include a photo, please make sure that you have appropriate permissions from everyone included in that photo. Benefits of Crest Awards. Including Crest Awards on UCAS and job applications is a great way to stand out from the crowd. Having a Crest Award shows not only the interest in the subject, but also demonstrates transferable skills that universities, colleges and employers are looking for. These will include ability to plan and manage your own time, ability to creatively solve problems, demonstrate that you can reflect on both your team's work and in this case, your personal performance. And also, Crest Awards can also be used to count towards the skills section of the Duke of Edinburgh's award in the corresponding level. Understanding which of these can safely be done at home and help you choose the best project for your Crest Award. Projects can be done in any topic related to STEM, and projects can be categorised in 4 types. practical investigations, design and make, research projects, and communication projects. In terms of mentors and supervisors and from working from home, the mentor does not need to sign off your report. However, an e-signature would suffice. What is more important is that making it clear on how you've made use of your mentor. When you submit your project and profile form, an experienced expert will assess for either a gold or silver level. Sometimes they might need to get back to you to ask questions and get clarification before they make the award, so please be prepared for that. Projects are assessed against 15 Crest assessment criteria, and you need to meet 11 or more of the criteria to be awarded a Crest award. So you should definitely familiarise yourself with the Crest criteria and what's expected at gold level before you start work on your project report, so that you can give evidence of how you've solved problems and communicated your project well. See the link in the bottom of this slide. The criteria is a good checklist for you to make sure that you've covered all bases. The main thing is to remember that you need to show how you made some independent decisions about what to include in your project report and how the research was conducted. Think about how you might have done things differently or explain why the project had to be run in this way. Always try to give a wider content of your project, how it helps the wider community, for example. Try to explain it in your way, which helps show you understand your subject, and using referencing to indicate where you found the information. Make sure it lines up with the detailed guidance. The main thing is to be consistent. Crest don't expect a project that is incredibly formal. They expect referencing relevant to the level and to be well communicated. For example, if you want to discuss how your project is impacted by the current situation, it might not be, in which case it won't be relevant. But when Crest encourage you to take them through the stages of the process and how you have overcome those problems. Try to write in a clear, concise way that shows good communication. You can also mention that where you might have collaborated with other students. This shows teamwork, even working remotely. Tips for your project. At the end of your project, you will need to create a report to introduce, describe, and evaluate your work. This could be written in the form of a report format, a PowerPoint, a video, a series of blog posts. So make sure your report has enough detail to show evidence that the project meets the criteria. This is especially important with PowerPoints and videos. Number the pages in the report. This will help you reference areas of the report when you fill in the checklist on your profile form. You should use your own words. We want to hear about your project and what you did. Do not use information copied straight from the internet in your report. Make sure you list the sources of research information. We don't mind what format references are in, so long as that we can find any sources that you have used. You might need a bit of help with this, so discuss this with your mentor. So to recap, ensure your project meets the criteria for a Crest Gold Award. You need to do the following. Pages in reports are numbered. Reports use your own language. Information and data is referenced. Ensure diagrams are clear and labelled. And the Crest profile form needs to be filled out and submitted along with your report. So how to get a Crest Gold Award, you create a free account on this link. Create the project on the system. So using the online system to create the Crest Gold Award project, completing the various sections. With regards to payment, submission for the Gold Award normally costs £20. However, schools and colleges that are usually involved with the Ogden Coastal Energy Internship Programme will be able to get a voucher code to cover the cost of the Crest submission. So please contact your college champion. Once you have uploaded your project, you will be asked for payment information, and payment is required before your project can be submitted by applying this voucher. The link at the bottom of the slides take you to a really good article with screenshots of how to do this. So assessments are typically completed within 2 weeks of submission and receiving feedback. So support with your Crest Award. Use this online help centre if you need advice or support. You can view articles or frequently asked questions. They address each step of the process at this link here that you can see on the slide. You can also email questions to the Crest Awards team by raising a ticket via the help centre. Don't worry about remembering all this information. The Crest website has so much more information on this. So I hope this gives you a brief overview of the Crest Awards scheme. It's a fantastic opportunity to take an additional benefit on taking part in your project with the Ogden Trust. So I do hope you sign up and register to take part in your Crest Award. So I'd like to say good luck, and I hope you do well with your project, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, John and Helen, for a great overview. And hopefully that should be what you need to get you thinking about what you might do for your project and how you might submit a Crest Award. Offshore wind is a really exciting and growing area of industry in the UK, and this project is a great opportunity to engage with some of the businesses in East Anglia and get a real understanding of what they're doing and carry out a project that is directly related to the work they do. After this video, take a look at the resources on the Ogden Trust webpage, which have more information about the different projects. And there's also an introductory video from each of the companies involved in the projects to each of the videos. So you can take a look at them, listen to them telling you more about how to develop a wind farm, how to build a wind farm, or how to work below the horizon in these contexts. And hopefully that should be just what you need to kick off your project and get it off to a great start. So good luck with your projects, and we look forward to hearing about the finished products.